Do you think this is the best season of your career, given that you've scored 9 goals in the Champions League? And then Crespo scored 9 Champions League goals in a single season prior to this. I've definitely scored a lot of goals in this season's Champions League. I've played in important matches. But I try to get better day in, day out, both in European club football, internationally, with the national team. That's what's got me this far. What's brought me this far is the fact that I've been trying to improve day in, day out, do my bit for the team, reach my goals, and that's ultimately what matters. I'm happy with how far I've come. I'm pleased that I'm playing in another Champions League final, the second in the space of 3 years. And that comes down to the hard work that I've put in, sacrifice, humility that we've all shown as a unit. Hi, Lautaro. Why do you think this might be the time that Inter can win the Champions League again? What's changed for you and the squad over the last 2 years so that you can once again get even closer to this trophy? We've definitely improved a great deal as a team. We've developed, we've grown. We've come up against some top-class opponents in some very challenging arenas. And we were up against teams that had long, unbeaten home records. Yet we turned up there, we played our football, we showed what we're all about, and we've earned respect in this competition. And as I said before, we've got our heads down, we've worked hard, we've focused on ourselves, we've got Inter to where we are. And as I said earlier on, we've got the opportunity to now secure this goal after a number of years. And as Nico said, let's hope this is the right time once again to win the Champions League. We'll try and produce the perfect performance to reach this target. We know the player very well. We've come up against him many times when he was playing for Napoli. He's a player with a great deal of ability. He likes 1v1s. He likes open space. So we need to keep an eye not only on him, but also on a whole host of players for Paris Saint-Germain that boast a lot of ability. We need to prepare well for this. We've got one final training session ahead of the match. We'll try and look at the final details, rest up, and produce a best performance possible tomorrow night. That's what we want to do. Thank you. Okay, I'll go. Last 2 questions, then it's the head coach. I wanted to ask you, how much do you want to dedicate this success to your head coach, given that there have been a lot of rumors about his future in the press recently? And so how keen are you to dedicate this trophy to him, the fact to show how much you care about Simone Inzaghi? There are rumors day in, day out, even about us. We're pretty relaxed because he's there with us. He's still here with us. And he works day in, day out to get the best out of the group of players, out of the team. We've prepared this week as we do every single week. And we might dedicate this trophy to him just like we would all of the fans and all of our families, because we all work together day in, day out to give our all. That's what this sport is like day in, day out. You need to get up every day, focus on getting better, developing. And we'll definitely give 100%, not only for him and our families, but for the fans as well. Final question. Hi, Lauti. We also wanted to know how relaxed you are. You spoke about a personal moment at the media day. That you were thinking about your family, your grandmother far away. And can you come back to the qualities of this group of players? You listed some of them because you need to thank Inter just as Inter need to thank you, but for what reason? Right from day one. Inter have treated me as if I were born here, so I'll always thank them. I always thank them for everything they've done for me, and I try to do so with my performances out there on the pitch, giving 110% for this jersey for these colours. And ultimately what matters is silverware. Tomorrow we have the opportunity to bring home a hugely important trophy. And we'll try to prepare as best we can, me, my teammates, the head coach. And we'll try and savour and relish this occasion, because it's hard to make it here. We've grafted a great deal, we've worked a great deal, and we deserve once again to be here to savour this occasion, this match.
When you think about the career of a footballer, I'm delighted to be able to be playing a final once again, because it's very difficult to play in the Champions League. It is no mean feat, and therefore everyone's going to be trying to pull out that perfect performance tomorrow so that we can hit that objective for Milan, because Milan has been waiting a long time for this. Hi, Lautaro. Let me just come back to the comment that was made by my comment previously. The fact that you were world champion and you've also played a World Cup final, which is probably at the highest echelons of football. So how are you going to win the game tomorrow? As I've mentioned previously, the only solution is to put out the perfect performance. The devil was in the detail. Why? Because, yes, it's the last game, and the one that wins tomorrow is the one taking home the silverware. Therefore, we need to be conscious of this. We need to prepare the best we can for the game tomorrow, so that during the game we can focus on what is essential, so that we can put up a wall against PSG and hopefully make the most of our preparation. We hope that we'll be able to play the game that we want to play. Hi, Lautaro. I'm from a Mexican press agency. Just want to talk about you on an individual basis. How do you think, or how are you feeling, matchday -1, a thing different for you now compared to other Champions League finals or even World Cup finals? You are a leader, you're a captain of this squad, and you have got all eyes turned on you. So the fact that you're captain, what does that change something for you? Do you think it gives more responsibility? Is there a heavier weight sitting on your shoulders? Yeah, I would say so, but I think that every game is like a final. And yeah, this is the real final, because obviously it's the last game of the Champions League, and the one that wins tomorrow once again is taking home the silverware. But what's really important for us is that we continue playing the football we've played up until now, do what we know how to do. Play with what we've got, play to our strengths, and that's what's going to help us tomorrow. We've got an opponent that we hold the utmost respect for, but with the weapons that we have in our arsenal, I think that we'll be able to hit them where it hurts. But we can't just think about that. We need to think about all the positive aspects as well. Lautaro, over here, please. In the middle. I'm from an Argentinian newspaper. I've got 2 questions. The first is the following. We've spoken about all of the experience that you've racked up, the silverware, the trophies. It's incredible to see your track record, and now here you are with your foot in the door to a new Champions League final. You are on the brink of winning history. Maybe you'll get the Ballon d'Or this year. This is, I'm assuming that you're looking for the back of the net tomorrow. But I've spoken to some of the Italian journalists, and they've been saying that Lautaro Martínez he's actually a lot more, holds a lot more esteem in Italy than in Argentina, which is odd for me, because you're an Argentinian World Cup winner. What do you think of all of this? Why is there this discrepancy between, as an exaggeration, firstly? I don't know, you're the journalist, you tell me. You're an Argentinian journalist, so what's my reputation in Argentina? I imagine that you know this. You know the daily grind, you know what you guys have been saying about me. But I do think that individual achievements are always in the passenger seat here for me. For me, what's important isn't about me on a personal note. That doesn't mean that I'm not looking to win it, but it's a personal objective. But that main priority for me is to give what I can give to Inter Milan. 15 years, I want to share the joy, the euphoria with all of the fans of Inter Milan. And at the end of the day, that's but that's what it comes down to. I've been playing in Italy for 7 years now. Obviously, the press, the Italian press, they see me all the day, every single day. Yeah, maybe that's why they hold more esteem for me, as you say. But when I play for the Argentinian national squad, I also get good press, I think, in Argentina. What's important for me today is that my teammates and the Inter help us all to grow